ready, set, go. I became a dog mom about 2.5 years ago. And when I met Sage and carried her for the first time, she wrapped her little head around my neck and she stayed there. I fell in love with her and I knew immediately that I wanted to do the best for her. But this was my first time doing it alone, and I didn't know too much about what to do for her. So the first thing I did was go to the pet store and saw that there was a lot of dog food options. I asked the employee to give me some recommendations, but the question was later turned on me. How much do you want to spend? What do you want to give your dog? I knew a little bit of the dog's history and their diet, and I knew I wanted to mimic that. But I've also heard that there's dog food that had recalls because it contained carcinogens, plastics, and cheap meat, meaning coming from the zoo. I knew I needed to find something really good for my dog, and I bought her this pet food that was the most expensive. But something in me didn't fully trust the food, so I Googled some ingredients to cook up for a recipe. And I went home and I made some fresh food to enjoy with the kibble for my dog. So I want to tell you a little bit of the history of dogs and the things that you don't want in their food, and some great ingredients to make a great healthy meal for your dog. About 40,000 years ago, we became best friends with our dogs. There are two theories as to how that happened. The first one is that they are scavengers and they were around the human settlements looking for what is left over from the humans. Number two is that the pups were taken from the parent wolves and we fed them, and they were domesticated by us. So domesticated dogs became our friends, and they ate like us and they ate next to us. Even in the Victorian times, they ate food from the table, thinking that they would be wiser. It wasn't until manufacturers mass produced and ingredients got imported that sacrificed the quality. Sadly, our dog food became cheaply made and toxic. The fact is that there are bad ingredients found in our dog food due to the lack of regulation. First, there are some lower quality food that contains 4 Ds: dead, dying, diseased, and disabled animals. That meat was coming from zoos, diseased zoos, roadkill. Cats and dogs that were being euthanized at the animal shelter, and that meat was being used as a protein in our dog kibble. According to author Carlette Cooper, in her book Canine Cuisine, we have lost control of what is in our dog food and feeding them food that is full of toxins. For example, manufacturers tried to stretch wheat gluten meal, a source of protein in lots of dog food, based by adding melamine, which is a cheap filler that is used to make plastic, but is still qualified as a protein despite its toxic properties. The truth is there are not enough FDA agents to regulate and check the food and that are going into our dog's food. A recipe on how to make our own healthy dog food and some nutrients and antioxidants. These ingredients have been selected based on some veterinarians and studies that identify, example, some whole grains, salmon, spinach, turmeric, and the health and have become some of our dog's superfoods. According to Dicerbo, in a journal research, pet owners have shown increased interest in holistic, natural diets containing wholesome ingredients such as oats and barley, which can reduce diabetes and obesity. Some canine superfoods that have been researched have been flaxseed, which is very full of the omegas for achy joints. It's very good for their coat and their skin, blood pressure, and kidney function. Another superfood is turmeric. Turmeric works the same on dogs as it does for humans. It is an anti-inflammatory and it's an anti-cancer. Mushrooms are amazing for them. It is for their brain and it gives them a boost in their brain. So, healthy brain. Pets require nutrients, not just ingredients. Good quality ingredients can be assured if you buy them yourselves to make your own dog food. This is the best option since kibble can contain toxic ingredients and shorten their lives. So be sure to read the labels and know that the labels don't always say the truth. Their health depends on us so that they can live, look, and act healthier. Sages.